Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Honolulu. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Good morning, Rainbow Love. Brandon, good to see you both here. Alan, good morning. Got Calvin here. I think I saw H. Dot earlier. Ron is here. Hello, Steve, Mix747. Yeah, there's Ron. John K, CFI on the fly, Legalized Ship. Looks like all the cool kids are here this morning, so hope everyone's ready. So it's another absolutely beautiful morning here. Very light clouds, as you can see in some of these shots. Very light clouds. A little cool. Not too bad, though. Probably 68 or so degrees. Whatever that works out to whatever that works out to you in your non-American countries, I have no idea what 68 degrees is. I'm assuming somewhere between 15 and 25. That's what I'm gonna guess in Celsius. You guys start using dots like 17.3 degrees. It just confuses the hell out of me, so I just don't even try. Yeah, the windsock is completely dead. There's if we can see the windsock over here. It is not doing anything. Hello, Linda. Ian, good to see you. 360 cam should be running. It says I'm live. I don't know what to say, Ian. It says I'm live with the 360 cam. Let's check what the old YouTube's telling me. Oh, it just can't. That's weird. It should have been going since about 5 minutes before the show. It told me it was running. I don't know why YouTube was being so delayed. So yesterday during the show, I was talking about a specific Atlas Air Queen that we are looking for. And it showed up. I think it popped on radar literally probably as soon as I hit end on the stream. So we were looking for 7478 from Atlas Air to come out, and I swear it popped up on radar as soon as I hit end on the stream. I was very disappointed. I was able to get a video of it leaving. So I'll post that. If we don't get it today in the stream, because it came back. I'll get to that in a second. It came back. It's here again. So if we don't get it in the stream today, I will post a video of it. Honestly, it looks just like an Atlas Air. It's the story that's more interesting than the video, I think, in this case. So as you know, the U.S. government has been buying up 747-8s to turn into the new VC-25 and E4B. Anyway, the Doomsday plane and the Air Force One. So they've been buying up a bunch of them. Pardon me. Well, they need to train those pilots on them. So they're leasing a Atlas Air 747-8 to do flight training on. And that's what was here yesterday. And it's here again today. So it was on Kona, and it was on the Big Island all day yesterday. It left here about, like I said, right at, it was probably off the runway at 5 to 10. It was doing landings and departures from Hilo and Kona all day yesterday. Well, not all day, till about 2:30. And then it came back for a dentist appointment. You get it? 2:30. 2:30, came back for a dentist appointment. Come on, that's a little funny. And then I didn't see it leave last night, so I'm assuming it's still here. And hopefully it'll go out again today. If it goes out again, I would bet it's the same time. So we're gonna stay maybe a couple minutes late today. And we're gonna hopefully catch it. You know, I just realized I mute the mic near my mouth when I cough, but you could probably hear it in the other mic. I do apologize for that. So we're starting off a little like we did yesterday. We do have the American Airlines plane pushed back. It is somewhere over here. There it is. That is heading off to LA with the Extra X. After yesterday, I think I built up a little leeway with the boss today. So even if the boss is listening, I don't think he would care if I was 5 minutes later than normal. Yesterday was a bit of a S show, if you know what I mean, at work. So I think I built up a little good graces yesterday. We were able to get, well, I was able to get most things back running. We had a Hiko decided to have a power failure, and it took us out twice yesterday. It took a good chunk of the area around my work too. I mean, a lot of people were out, not just us. And when the power came back, it took a bunch of computers with it. So luckily I was able to get most of the computers back up. I still have one more to work on when I get to work today, but it's not a critical piece of equipment. So like I said, this is an American 321. It's heading off to LA with the extra X. We're gonna do a little bit of truck cam adjustment because we're in a different location today. Here's that turn. Even though it's locked. Oh, it's not locked. That's why. We're going to try this. Alright, so. Okay. There. Do a nice, tight airport shot. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright. Ah, that'll work. Airport shot for you guys. Pardon me while I talk to myself. Okay. Oh, that's a little better. I'd like that shot. Okay. Get away from that. Go to there. Now we can see the harbor. It's one of those things. The building is split up. We have a UPS. We have a giant UPS that keeps the first floor up, which is the server room. But because UPSs of that size are very expensive, we don't have one for the second floor. We just rely on desktop UPSs. And so, that floor goes dark almost immediately. So luckily the tech core was okay. But, it's one of those things like everything else. Nobody has infinite money, so you can't put that size UPS on everything, because it's just not feasible. This is our first arrival today. This is Aloha Air Cargo. It is coming in from Hilo. We also have a 757 coming in on the crossing order. We'll still get that one after this one touches down. Well, hello, O'Malley. How are you? All right, that's going to head over to his little parking space. We're going to go over and see if we can find that 757. There it is. So I was looking at that tail earlier. You can see that tail over to the left. I don't know what that is. That tail does not look familiar. It looks big enough to be something, but something more than just a business jet. But I don't recognize that tail. We'll get another look at it when it goes. There it is right there. Anybody recognize that tail? I don't recognize it.
Morning.
Morning, how are you guys? All right, next one coming in is a 717. That's Egypt Air, huh? Why would Egypt Air be here? That's a long way from home. I don't know. Egypt Air, when I Google it, looks more light blue. I don't know. We'll have to scroll through the flight radar planes on the ground here in a little bit and see if we can figure out what it is. It might just be a fancy Boeing business jet. I can't tell from here. It doesn't look as tall as like a 737, so I don't know. Where's Corey when you need him? I haven't seen Corey in a while. Yeah, I don't think it's Egypt or Air Mexico. I think it's a... Now that I'm looking at it against other planes, I'm thinking it might be just a bigger Learjet that looks weird around the corner. Oh, okay, thanks, Ian. Well, maybe it's a very secretive Boeing business jet. But I'll tell you, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know where we can find out this information? Our good friend over at HNL Rare Birds. He might not have it right now, but there's a 9 out of 10 chance he'll have it on his Instagram or webpage this afternoon. As you can tell in this shot, we are just now past sunrise. The sun hasn't come on the other side of the buildings yet, but it's just come over. Oh, interesting. Thanks, Brandon. Embraer 1000. I knew it looked bigger than a corporate jet, but it didn't look as big as like a 737, so. Ooh. Well, hopefully we'll get it as a departure this morning. If it's going, usually with the ferry flights, if they're going east back towards the mainland, they leave a little earlier. If they're going west towards Guam, they usually leave around 10 o'clock. That way their whole they want to make it sure they usually want to make it so their whole flight's in the daylight. Alright, that American is almost down to the end of the runway. We'll get it here in just a second. But we want to thank Heath Shelton first, a longtime channel member, has gifted 5 reverse ops memberships. Looks like Ian, Chad, Carol, Curtis, and Jutsi are all recipients. So please join me in thanking our good friend Heath. We may, let's see if we can get that. We may do a pop-up members only stream this weekend. It depends on there, look at that. Look at the sun coming up between the buildings there. Our own little Honolulu henge. We gotta take we'll come back to the shot in a second. We gotta take the American. switch away as soon as I see it. Thanks again, Heath. I appreciate it. Welcome the new members. Like I said, we might do a pop-up. I don't want to promise anything. I know by saying it, I pretty much guarantee to promise it. But we're going to do a staycation in Waikiki this weekend in preparation for our midday dance party on Sunday. So we're going to do 2 nights in Waikiki, and there's a better than 0 chance we're going to try to do a pop-up members only stream. So keep your notifications on, and we'll see how that goes. Next one coming in this way is Air New Zealand. It's a Dreamliner. So we're going to aim the other camera that way, and I'll line it up before I take it away from this beautiful shot. There we go. I heard an interesting stat about the Dreamliner the other day, and I hope I get this right because this is going off 100% from memory. I hope I get it right. So the big thing about Dreamliners when they first came out was that they were 50%, they're over 50% composite material. Right? That's what everybody always says. They're always, oh, it's larger than 50% composite. And that's not actually true. It's over 50% composite by weight. So the composite obviously weighs less than the other components that they're using, which is why they're using composite. So it's actually like 70% composite by actual material. So the whole 50% composite is actually kind of a misnomer. It's over 50% composite. Yeah, there you go, O'Malley. 60. Oh, is that my 60%? Yeah. Okay. If I didn't get that right, I got it pretty close. I think I did better than 60 on that one. Hello, Ann. Ooh, thanks, John. I don't know what I'm trying to say, O'Malley. This is not CNN. You don't need to live fact check me. I was close. Next one out on the reef runway is Aloha Air Cargo heading off to Lehue. We will try to get it because I don't see anything else coming in. Okay. Where's my box of tissues go? While we're waiting for that one, I am going to blow my nose. I'll be right back. I don't want to get political, but saying CNN doesn't have facts is an opinion. That is your opinion. But we'll leave it at that. No more. No more. I feel bad I brought up CNN. This one rotated up very early. Oh, is Jane here and gone? Oh, hello, Jane. See you later, Jane. Ah, Gabriel's in the house. Hello, Gabriel. It's not just mainstream media, Brandon. It's everyone. It's literally everyone. There's not a person on this planet who has a solid grasp of what an opinion and a fact is anymore. It used to be very clear. Now everyone believes their opinion is a fact, and it's not. I don't care what side of the argument you're on. You're probably wrong. Every one of you who thinks they're 100% correct is probably wrong somehow. And no one is willing to admit that they are wrong about something. So they argue about it on Twitter, and they argue about it on threads, and they argue about it in the comments of news stories. And anybody who's not and I'm not picking a side here. I'm saying everyone. The left is just as bad as the right. The center is just as bad as both of the left and the right. Everyone's horrible. Everyone needs to take a step back and just admit that you don't know anything, that growing up in your small town or your city doesn't give you any realistic view on how someone else lives. And well, she's 100% right on that, Brandon. Legalized Shemp? No, I don't, because John Harbaugh wouldn't be a yes man to Jerry Jones. Uh-oh, I'm getting the Mrs. Reverse Ops text. I should probably take the disclaimer banner down and just shut my mouth. Exactly. I don't think anybody. RLH has hit the nail on the head. Nobody has empathy anymore. Nobody has the ability to put themselves in other people's shoes and realize that their lives and the decisions made up to that point in their life are not the same as yours. Yeah, I'm looking for that C-17. I think it turned off itself over there. I thought I saw it. I thought it was that blob in the middle, but I think that's just a shadow. Now there is one. Is that the one that's turned on? No, I don't think so. There's one behind the MD-11 there, but I don't think that's the one that was turned on. So the MD-11s are still here if you're interested. There's 3 of them. I'm sure that's a couple of news cycles ago now. So we have 3 of them here. This one, and I think we saw the other one earlier that's over to my right, and then the FedEx one is around the corner over there. I see the Atlas in the air, but on these clear days, sometimes it's really hard to get it in focus. Oh, wait, there it is. Look at that. So that looks like it's gonna head over to 8 left. So we'll see that in front of us. Wow, Sean, that's crazy. I hope everyone's over. I know they were having some crazy weather, but I didn't know it was that bad. 100-mile-an-hour gusts. Oh. Well, stay safe, everyone, if you're in that area. I've only been in 100-mile-an-hour winds a couple times, and I didn't enjoy any of those times, so. Before the Atlas gets here, we're gonna have Qantas. So this Qantas, when I woke up this morning, it told me it would be on time, but apparently that was wrong because it left 2 hours late and it's going to get here about an hour late. Mike, I had a little bit of bad luck with that one yesterday. So we were waiting for that trainer 7478 yesterday. But I had some stuff happen at my regular job, so I had to end the stream just a few minutes early. And literally just as I hit the end stream button, I think it popped up on flight radar. And it went out just as I finished packing up. So I was able to get a video of it, but we didn't see it live. So yesterday it went out about 5 minutes till 10. So we're hoping that happens again today. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the U.S. government has bought a lot of 747-8s lately to replace the VC-25s and the Doomsday E4Bs. I think my memory might be wrong on that, but I think it's an E4B. Replace those planes. But they need flight hours for the crews, so they're doing a lot of training in them with a leased Atlas Air 747-8, and it was here yesterday. Like I said, it left just after the show yesterday, and it went over to the Big Island and was in and out of the Big Island probably like 8 or 10 times yesterday on both the Hilo side and the Kona side. And then it came back here about 2:30 in the afternoon. So hopefully we'll catch that one again today. Legalized Shemp, no, I didn't. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh, I was actually right. E4B and VC-25. All right. Sometimes memory works. No, I was going to do it yesterday, but with all the stuff at work, I literally was going till about 6:30 last night, trying to get everything back in order. So I didn't get a chance to drop the video. But if we don't see it in the stream today, I will drop that video tonight. Did you guys see my Instagram story yesterday? If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's well worth it most of the time. I won't guarantee everything is perfect, but I do post some quality stuff over there on Instagram every once in a while. But one of my Instagram stories yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? We had a RC-135W here. So that's a rivet joint aircraft. And that was here 2 days ago. Wasn't here very long. I wasn't able to get over here to take a picture of it landing, but I got it going over my work. So I got a picture of it flying over my work. It went right over downtown. We're going to start calling this Qantas One World the Hawaii livery because it is here all the time. We get this one from Melbourne It's got to be at least half the flights are this one world livery. Not that I'm complaining. I wish it had hands, though, but other than that. Oh, really? Interesting. Last night, huh? What if it was the same one? I wonder if it was on his way back. Man, that would be awesome if it went out during a show. I think we've only caught the rivet joint in a show once. We caught it on arrival, and we were at the wrong one. We were at the parking lot, and it came in on this runway. One of my favorite pictures I've ever taken out here at the airport is of one of the RC-135s. We were out here. There was a bunch of us who were coming out here every day to try to catch a B-52 leave. There was a B-52 here, and it was here for a week or so. And we came out here every morning to try to catch it leaving. And one of those mornings, just as dawn was breaking, a RC-135 landed on the reef runway. And so it went all the way down to the end and then turned around and then went right by the parking lot down there. And I have this picture of the RC-135 with Honolulu behind it and the sun coming up behind it. It's one of my favorite pictures ever. I think I'm going to make that. We didn't have a Facebook contest, I don't think, for the cover picture. I think I might make that picture our cover picture this month. It's one of my favorite pictures. So the Atlas is in right after this plane. You can probably see them both in the same shot. Look at that. There we go. I'm going to focus on the Atlas, though, because the Atlas is... We'll see a few more of those 717s today. It's okay, Larry. Personal preference. Now we have another Brandon in the house. Hello, Brandon. Ooh, Brandon's a 2-year member. Thank you very much. So that's gonna come over here and park by the on the north hard ramp, kind of near where that other MD-11 is. Six, huh? Keith, I'd have to give that some thought. It would definitely be above 2. That's not even a question. But it might. I don't know if it would beat out 4. It definitely wouldn't beat out 3 because I am a huge MD-11 fan or DC-10 fan. So I'd have to give that some thought. Okay. We got another one coming in here. This is Hawaiian Air coming in from Tokyo. It's a 330. Thanks, John. We have one UPS Queen over there right now, I think. Well, I know there's one. I can't tell if there's 2. I think there's only one over there right now. It came in about 6:08 this morning. It was supposed to be here right at 6:45, but it showed up early. Love that tail. Even though it looks better on the Dreamliner. Ah. Pardon me. Alright, so if you're on my social media, I didn't put it on Instagram yet, but maybe I'll do that in a little while. I added that picture of the RC-135 to both Discord and Facebook group. So if you want to find those, there's links here at reverseops.com/find me. That gets you into the Discord and the Facebook group. Might as well post it to Instagram. Instagram doesn't require you to do anything to see it. Hi. So I put it on Instagram as well. So that is one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. All right, so that. Let's see if we can get that other queen out there. That might be a little far away. Yeah, I think it's a little far away. It'll come around this side and we'll get it in a minute. He took a little more southerly approach. He's a little farther away. Next one heading out to the reef runway is the United heading off to Majuro. Might be able to catch a little sneak peek of that before it goes down into the trees. Yep, there it is right there. That's an 800, not a max. It'll head down and hop along the islands. Hello, Ms. Wolves. And Ice Queen. Okay. Alright, that C-17 is backlit up. This is gonna be one of the shorter flights. We'll have to see if we can follow this C-17 the whole way. There should be a JAL Dreamliner coming into this shot here in just a second. The C-17 that's going out is scheduled to go from here to John Roberts Field, which is literally 8 miles in front of us. Maybe 10 miles if you count the 2 miles of the runway. So that'll be a nice short flight. So almost, I think that's rivaling Walt's FedEx flight that comes in from Alliance to DFW. I think that's actually, I wonder if Alliance is closer than 8 miles. It's got to be. It's got to be farther than 8 miles, right? Hello, Ken. Did you say hi to the ice? Did everybody say hi to the Ice Queen? Everybody, please say hi to the Ice Queen. Hello, Josh. Hello, Peterbilt. Well, on that one, there is the chance that they're going to do something and then end up... there's a chance it won't be a direct flight. So it may end up being 8 miles from wheels up to wheels down. They might be up there for an hour, so I don't want to count our chickens before they're hatched. But, because sometimes they'll go cruising out to the other islands. They'll go loop around K-Bay for a little while. So there's a chance that they'll be up for a while. It's just end up being a very short flight in distance. Keeping an eye on that Majuro flight. That one usually rotates very, very late, so we should get a nice shot of that coming through the trees. Alright, so the first ANA is over Eva Beach, so I don't know if we're going to pay attention to the Majuro flight as much as I thought, because the other one's really close. So in fact, we might be able to see it already. Yeah, there it is right there. We got another plane coming up behind it. Look at that. Pardon me, I was holding that for that whole time because I knew I wanted to clip that video. I was holding that cough forever because I knew I wanted to clip the video out. I didn't want me coughing in the video. Hello, Uncle Plane Guy. I did hear something about that, Brandon, a couple of months ago. They've been talking about that for a while. I don't think I've ever been really in there. I went there for some reason a long time when I first got here. I went to that. I don't know if I don't even know if it was DFS back then, but it was the same mall area building. And I went there for something when I went to Japan. I don't remember what it was, whether we were buying the rail tickets there or something. I had to go there for some reason. But that was 2006, and I don't remember 10 minutes ago, let alone 2006. So, but I did go there. Other than that, that's the only time I've ever been there. I think I walked maybe 10 feet in the door when we did a live stream down there a couple of months ago. And then they gave me the "don't film in here" stare, so I walked out. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll affect a lot of people's lives, but it's not going to affect mine a lot, but I hate when people lose their jobs. Waikiki under lockdown? What? No. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Miss Wolves. Ken. The Ice Queen. That Delta we saw a minute ago cut in front of the A380, that is heading off to LA with the Extra X. That is just crossed 8 left. It's going to go down to 8 right here in a second. Ugh, my ear itches. Uncle Plane Guy, yesterday they went out right at 9 o'clock. So if they go out today, I would imagine since it's already past 8, it would be a 9. But F-22s do what F-22s do. They don't let us know until they're out there. So hopefully we'll catch some today. We have a triple on the downwind. All right. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. Let's see. Pardon me. I need a drink of water. See if I can get a drink of water before that Delta hits the reef runway. That plane we saw a minute ago was taking a weird path. It's heading out to the reef runway, but it came around. It's going down Bravo down there. I don't know why that is. Maybe for spacing. Who knows? I don't know. Next one out there will be a United 757 heading off to SFO. That 777 is on the downwind. It's turning now, so it looks like it's going to cut in front of the ANA. So the ANA will most likely be second for arrival over there. Believe it or not, Ken, it's getting better. I hope yours is as well. But mine is just the leftover gunk in my head, so it's not a chest cold. Oops. It's just post-nasal drip. But last night was the first night in a while that I slept all the way through the night. No getting up in the middle of the night coughing, which was good. I actually woke up and I woke up and I realized, oh, shoot, I forgot to set an alarm for this morning. So usually I have a 5 o'clock alarm set for show days. And I realized when I woke up that I forgot to set the alarm. And I was panicking because at that time, at 5 in the morning, you really can't tell what time it is, really. And I looked at my clock, and it was exactly 5 o'clock. So I woke up right when my alarm was going off, or should have been going off. Go over and get that FedEx triple so Chris isn't mad at me. This is the FedEx triple. It's coming in from Memphis. It looks like nothing's going to slot itself in front of the ANA. The ANA is still out over Ko'olina, so it'll be here in just a minute or two. Oh, thanks, Ice Queen. Yeah, we have right now over at HNL Ops, our companion channel, we have a couple of streams running. One of them is a 360 camera that shows you pretty much what I see around. So if you ever hear any commotion in the stream and you want to know what's behind me or anybody talking to me, you can tune into the 360 camera and see what's going on around me. We also have a stream over there that's running the flight radar and with the ATC overlay. And that's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you want to tune in to listen to the ATC here, I know there's other ways to do it. I know there's live ATC and you just go straight to flight radar, but I wanted to make an easy way to listen to the flight radar, or to the easy way to listen to the ATC and watch flight radar at the same time. So it's kind of like I made it for myself, and if you guys want to take advantage of it, that's cool too. But if you're over there, hit the like button and the subscribe button on those. We're trying to get that channel monetized so we can at least, the internet will pay for itself over there. It's one of those things, every stream costs a little bit of internet money. So if we're trying to get that monetized over there, so hopefully the ads can pay for the internet over there. Thanks, Mike. I saw your text message. Legalized Shemp, that other camera you can see in the shot is the truck cam. So I'll show you that in a minute. So it's kind of getting a little ridiculous. I have 4 cameras on the truck right now. It's really getting a little ridiculous. Oops. Sorry about that. 8-380 was a little faster than I thought. Alright, so while Kai has her back to us, we're going to go take this one coming in. This is Hawaiian Airlines. Well, that's got a neat picture in the flight radar. It looks like it has the sphere behind it. But it's heading off to Osaka, or sorry, coming in from Osaka. We have a Transair short on the reef runway. No, Brandon, I haven't seen the black and green one in a while. I'm hoping it's just going over for maintenance and they didn't get rid of it. Alright, so let's Legalized Shep was asking about the camera, so let's run through them real quick. This is our main camera here that we do most of the shots on. This is on a rather tall tripod to get over everything in the fence and stuff. That truck that's about to cut in front is a cattle truck. It smells just like you think it would. So that's a cattle truck. They're doing cattle, they're moving cattle around between the islands. So it smells just like you think it would. So like I said, this is our main camera. We have the 360 camera that's on the other stream, so that's 2. Our third camera is the truck camera. That is above my head as well, and that's also to get over the fence down there, but to also not be seen in the other shots. So that we have this one to give shots when there's nothing else going on, and it kept showing you the same shot, so I decided to get a different camera that can give you 3 different shots. We have a shot of the harbor and downtown, and then we have this shot up Lagoon Drive and the train station, which I haven't seen a train yet. And then we can zoom in close on the airport with that. So that's the same camera, 3 shots. Makes my life a little easier. And then we have the Pat cam. So this is a smaller cam over to my left, where I do my on-air stuff. You know, the interaction, the eye contact between you and me, that apparently is what is needed to make a live stream work. Apparently, I don't know. I don't like it, but people request it, so here it is. So we'll take this opportunity while I got this camera on to introduce myself. If you're new here, my name is Patrick. The channel's Reverse Ops. It's all right there. We're an aviation live stream and rant channel based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Our home airport is Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, which is right over there. It's 3 or 4 miles west of downtown Honolulu, which is right over there. We usually do 3 shows a week here, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This weekend, however, we're not going to do a Saturday show. We're going to have our midday dance party show on Sunday, starting around 11 o'clock. And we'll catch the Honu departures, the A380 departures in that show. That'll be on Sunday. We should go back to our regular schedule next week, but I'll put out a calendar probably Monday, because Sunday is going to be for me personally. I know just for you guys it's a midday dance party, but for me it's an all-day dance party. So we're going to have an all-day dance party for me on Sunday. If you guys know what that means, you know what that means. If not, I'm not going to harp on it. But if you're having a good time, hit that like button down there, call to action, all that stuff. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We also have a bunch of stuff over on the reverseops.com/findme link. We have our merch shop there. We have our social medias over there. We have our PayPal link over there, and we got a link to the 360 camera over there. So all those things are over there. We'll get off me now. Oh, I don't know why that came back. That's weird. But all those things over there, they're all worth checking out. Scan that QR code if you're on a television. If not, if you're on a computer, you can just go straight over to reverseops.com/findme. Brandon, there's some drama with the word tomfoolery that I'm not gonna get in a war over the word tomfoolery. So I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm not gonna go to someone's home location, stand where they stream, and scream tomfoolery 8 times to start a show when you know you took the word from that person. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be the better man. Hello, Pickles. Pickles 1497. coming back to us at the 717 level. I know that says new member there, but that's a problem with the algorithm, you know. But welcome back. Thank you for coming back. We'll should have a 717 here shortly for you. Ooh, is that what I think it is? Oh, no, it's too far over that way. Where is it at? Oh, it is. It's Imua 1. Imua 1. Hello, Imua 1. And we're going to get a Imua 1 leaving on the reef runway. Well, at first I thought it was a coincidence. I mean, it's not like it's my word. I didn't create the word. It's been around forever. And so at first I thought it was a coincidence. And then I had people email me telling me I stole someone's word. I stole the way they say something. And I still just brushed it off as a coincidence. But then that person came to Hawaii, stood where I stream from, and opened their show by saying it 5 times. That's the first 5 words out of his mouth in Hawaii. Just to rub it in that he stole it from me. We're in the day of age of everything is written down, everything is recorded. So I know that I used it before him, for months before him. And to come to where I stream from, and that's the first thing out of your mouth, not hi from Hawaii, not welcome to Hawaii, that's the first thing out of your mouth, that tells me what kind of person you are. It's not a big secret. I mean, he names his alternate channel that now. So it's not like it's a secret. All right, this is Imua 1. This is the Southwest Special Livery for Hawaii. Imua 1, the word Imua means to go forth, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. We're going to drop the topic. So Imua 1 is heading off to San Diego, so that'll be the last time we see it. Sometime with these Southwest flights, they'll come in, do a couple bounces between the islands, and then leave back to the mainland. So sometimes you see them a couple times in a day, sometimes just the once. I haven't been through immigration here in a long time, Brandon. Usually the only time I've been through immigration here in Hawaii and customs is when I came back from Japan. But that was 2006. That was a long time ago. Things have changed since then. So I don't know how quick it is. I know Brandon got through it pretty quickly. but he has global entry, I think. Usually when I go through, I'm coming the other direction. I'm not coming straight to Hawaii, so I usually yeah, Mark, but there's not a lot of channels who come to Hawaii and that's the first 5 words out of their mouth. He knew what he was doing. We all know what he was doing. Well, I don't know if we all know what he's doing. That's another back. We'll harken back earlier in the show when I said facts are not always facts, they're opinions. That's my opinion, and you're not going to change that. And I didn't claim it to be my word. Which one do you want? We can see 2 of them. We got 2 of them. We can see this one here. And then we have one over here. Did I go too far? I did go too far. Sorry about the last 10 minutes. Sometimes I'm not very good at keeping quiet about things. If something annoys me, I have a bad habit of just eventually just spitting it out. And if I don't like something, you're probably going to hear about it because I don't have a very good filter. And luckily, at my current job, that hasn't got me in too much trouble. No, I don't want that, Frank. I don't want that. No, don't do that. And that's not what that's not what this is about. That's not what I'm asking for. I don't need you guys to go into his chat, and that's not going to be positive. Just all right, looks like we have a C-17 that is coming in for arrival. It's coming in from the island state of not available. I didn't know we had an airbase at the island state of not available, but here it comes. It is lining up for 8 left, so we should see it here in a second. All right, so the MD-11, sorry, the other C-17 I think is moving. This might not be the one. What was the call sign of the other one that was going to John Rogers Field? Because the one that looks like it's moving is Reach 547. I don't think that was the same one. Oh, thanks, Uncle Plane Guy. I guess I need to zoom out a little further. My highest viewed video ever on YouTube is of a C-17 arrival from right here. Actually, 3 of them. We had them back to back to back. We caught them, I think it was a Saturday we caught them back to back to back. And they were close enough together where the first one turned off the runway just as the second one touched down, and then the third one touched down as soon as the second one got off the runway. It was very, like, super well timed. I mean, that's their job. Time over target is their job. So, but they executed it very well. I think that one's almost to 600,000 views now. It's still getting like 1,000 every 48 hours. 1,000 views every 48 hours. We're gonna drop the tomfoolery talk. We're just gonna let it go. Nothing productive is gonna come out of it. I shouldn't have said anything. But like I said, sometimes I don't have a filter. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. Most of the time it's good. Sometimes it's bad, but I don't have a filter. Ah, hello, Mark. Mark's hanging out under the MD-11. I wish I was hanging out under an MD-11. If you don't count air shows, I've only been under an airplane at an airport once. I remember it like it was yesterday, though. It was decades ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. As many of you know, my dad worked for American Airlines, and he took our whole Cub Scout troop to the airport. He gave us a tour of the airport. And it got us down on the ramp, and we were underneath an MD-11. Or it was probably a DC-10. It's probably a DC-10. I think it was a DC-10. but I remember it like it was yesterday. It was decades ago. Let's see if we can see our good friend Mark. Mark Perry over there. I don't see him over there. With the YouTube delay, he's probably moved on. Cody, the last couple days they've been going out at 9 o'clock. So if they go out today, we're hoping about 9. Unfortunately, they don't have a schedule. Well, they do have a schedule. They just don't make it public. So you kind of have to. They do have a pattern though. So they don't have a schedule, but they have a pattern. So usually 8 or 9. And usually, if they do one, they'll stick with it for a couple days. So they went out yesterday at 9. I think we had 8 of them. 7 or 8 yesterday at 9. So hopefully we'll get a few today at 9. Oh, the white van is in front of the... interesting. Let's see. I don't see any yet. There's kind of a hill there that they come up behind, so... I don't see any yet, but it's still quarter till. Hey, no problem, Cody. Thanks for being here. All right, so I think we had a 717 that's about to go out on the runway in front of us. It's going to beat the C-17 out, so we'll take it first. That's this one here. I don't think we need super zoom for it. This is headed off to Inouye. So even though these 8 left and 8 right are parallel runways, we usually don't get true parallel departures. They try to, I don't know what the actual official policy, I'm sure there's a lot of things about size and wake turbulence and all those fun things that ATC has to figure out. But since all the planes leaving, well, 99% of the planes leaving off the reef runway, or 8 left, have to veer right to not go over downtown Honolulu, they try not to do true parallel departures. That way they can space the right turns out. So they try to space the landings out similarly. They're not all the time, but they try to space them out just in case there's a go around on the inner runway. I don't know if you could tell in that shot. I mean, I'll back out a little. Look at how low he still is. I mean, maybe it doesn't look as low as on camera, but man, he left low and long. Must be either heavy or they have someone queasy on board. Because usually with the C-17s off the reef runway, they are, I'll show you here, they are usually up in the air above that white building to the right. And usually the normal commercial airlines come through the trees. This guy went all the way through the trees. Ah, the one Manu 1-2 is lit up again. That's the one going to John Rogers Field. That should be a local C-17, Hawaii based. The Reaches or evac or one of the other call signs or a mission specific call sign. Usually those are C-17s that are not based here. Usually Manu, Lava, what's the other one? Manu, Lava. Yeah, those are all the ones that are based here. Oh, interesting. I don't remember seeing that James Bond movie, but I've seen pictures of that plane. Tiger, there we go. Thank you. Thanks, CFI on the fly. Next one coming in is Korean Air. It's Dreamliner X. It's Korean Flight 53 coming in from Seoul. It's just now over Eva Beach, so we should get a good shot of it in about a minute. Hello, Sandy. Oh, Mark, that'd be awesome to see. I've seen a couple of the AC-130s out here. We actually caught one in a stream about 6 months ago or so. That's funny audio to listen back to. I should have clipped that audio. I've actually gone back and listened to it a couple times of the audio when that AC-130 leaves because my brain couldn't process it. I was like, was that an AC-130? Was it? My brain was stuck in a loop. I couldn't process it. Because it was one of those ones that come out and it's not on any of the apps. It just shows up. It just comes out wandering out. You don't have it on it. No dots, no blank plane symbols, no generic things. It just shows up at the end of the runway. And from a distance, I couldn't see the giant howitzer sticking out the side. And when it got up in the air, there's that C-17 in the background. When it got up in the air, I saw the guns sticking out the side, and my brain went into kind of a little loop. So if you're unfamiliar with what that is, an AC-130 is kind of like a C-130, which is a smaller cargo military four-prop plane. So it's smaller. It's a little smaller than the C-17, and it's a four-prop plane, so four propellers. It's a version of that where they, I think it's a 105 millimeter howitzer out the side of it, plus a Gatling gun, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a heavily armed C-130. And it will do circles over your head, and you'll have a very bad day. Got more moo cows going out to probably Molokai or Maui. Yeah, when it came out, it was kind of the left side where the gun is was kind of at us, so it kind of didn't, from a distance, it didn't look that until it got up in the air and banked out, and I could see the muzzle sticking out the side, and I had to rewind it. I think I might have clipped that. I'm almost positive I might have clipped that video, or at least clipped a still. I'll have to go back and look. Oh, they're going to Lanai. Oh, I see what you're saying, legalized chef, yeah. All right, so we have another C-130, or sorry, C-17 coming in. This one's coming in from Fairfield. It is just passing over Ko'olina right now. So we'll get that arrival here in just a minute. Yeah, if you've never seen a video of that AC-130 in action, it is very frightening what that thing is capable of doing. Rasta fish, not as far as I know. I don't remember ever seeing a version that did. They are very multi-purpose though. But I don't think there's any that are armed. If I am wrong, please correct me in the chat. But the C-17s, they mostly cargo. They do carry personnel occasionally, and they do carry paratroopers, jumpers. They have, in fact, we had a mission, we had a exercise here a couple of months ago that was actually an Army exercise that was taking place at some of the Army bases here, but we had a ton of C-17s here because the airborne was practicing with them. So they had a bunch of C-17s here. That's where we got the shot of the 3 of them landing. It was one of those days. Uncle Plane Guy, sometimes they do. It obviously, if they're going somewhere, you know, a long way away, they will have multiple with them. Usually a 3 to 4 ratio or so. Sometimes they'll go with them just because that's what they're going to practice, aerial refueling. So sometimes they'll get a couple that'll go up and they'll do loops either 50 miles south of here or 50 miles north of here or 100 miles north of here. They'll do loops around while the F-22s practice refueling. So we got this C-17 coming in. I think we're gonna, the other one's rolling already. So we might have to make a decision here in a second. This one's still kind of a ways away. Let's take the one in the air over here. So we'll take this one for a minute and then we'll go back to the other one when it gets a little closer to touching down. Rastafish, I haven't seen any C5s here in a couple of weeks. So we had one here about a month ago, but it just sat here. We didn't see it leave. There are no C5s based here. None of them are stationed here, but they do come here quite a lot to help move stuff around. We usually get some if some of the 22s are going on deployment somewhere. Usually they'll get one, come in for that, if they don't use the C-17s. Uncle Plane Guy, I have heard a rumor that we're very close to the first century Aloha. I have no confirmed dates on it, but I did hear it was going to be at least starting in January. But like I said, I have no confirmation of that. So if you don't know, Century Aloha is a usually twice a year exercise that the local 199 Fighter Squadron hosts, which is the Hawaii Air Guard, or F-22s. So it's usually a twice a year thing. Last year, I believe it was January and March, or January and May, something like that. So I did hear the first one's going to be in January, but I don't know if that means starting in January or completed during January. We'll find out. Usually they put out a press release, so usually because they usually invite fighter squadrons over. Last year it was Oregon's F-15s. And it's also been F-35s in the past. So usually since they invite more fighters in, they will put out a press release apologizing for the extra noise. So that's usually what I look for. That usually comes out the Monday before it starts. So I'll keep an eye on the news for that. So our good friend Sean, celebrating 4 months with us at the 321 level. Thank you for that awesome support. This is Patrick. I enjoy your streams anytime you're on. But I cannot send messages in the chat. I think I'm not a member of your stream. Chat, huh? It thinks I'm not a member. Well, that's weird. You have a member because you're doing a 4-month anniversary. You did this chat. I don't know. I'll have to look into that, Sean. Because usually the only requirement to send a message is you're subscribed to the channel. As long as you're subscribed for over 5 minutes, you should be able to send. But I will look into that, see if it's anything that's screwed up on my end. And hopefully we'll get it all worked out. My email, though, is patrick@reverseops.com if you want to shoot me an email to remind me. And I'll look into it this weekend. Pardon me. And I'll look into it. Yeah, so shoot me an email. Like I said, patrick@reverseops.com. Remind me. I'll take a look at it. Make sure it's not something screwed up on my end. Maybe it's something Brandon did. Yes, Felix, I did get those emails from you. I thought I responded, but maybe I forgot to hit send. I do apologize. I did get them. I haven't had a lot of time to research that. When I was sick, I just didn't feel like it, and this week's been kind of busy. So it's one of those things that I actually have a list of stuff I need to do, and it's actually on the list. So thank you for those emails. If I didn't email you back, I apologize. I thought I did. We're at 9:09. I haven't heard anything. Let's flip over to ADSB Exchange. see any dots. I do see a Queen heading out to the reef runway. That has come off the cargo ramp. That's a UPS 747. After this Dreamliner, we'll take a peek over at the F-22 taxiway. We'll see if we can see anything over there. Well, I'm a little confused, El Toro, because I see your chat message. I'm a little confused. All right, that was our third ANA flight of the day. That is a Dreamliner. It's coming in from the other side of Tokyo, the less fashionable side. Actually, probably the more fashionable side, if you want to be honest about it. All right, let's take a peek over towards the F-22. See if we got any movement over there. Oh, I see a 717 moving over there. I don't see anything else over there. Huh. Well, I don't know what to say about that. If it's happening, I apologize, but I think if it's doing that, I think it's out of my control. I would recommend maybe making sure that your browsers are up to date and you're on a supported browser. I know But I know my whole thing will just, even on Chrome with the latest Chrome browser, sometimes I'll be watching a stream and I'll just get that snap crash and the whole thing will just die. So. But it is really amazing what they can bring across on a web page nowadays. Many, many years ago, I used to do a lot of web development, building websites, database connected websites back then. And it was all very static. Everything was very static. You had to almost all the time refresh the entire page to get any kind of new information. And then they started introducing all these other little widgets, and back then it was a lot of JavaScript, and CSS was very infantile. I'm probably telling you how old I am by saying this, but it was very infant stages of things. And now the stuff they can do on a web page is mind-boggling. Yeah, Mike, if they're going to Biloxi, Mississippi, they might be a little lost. Ah, look at that. There we go. I saw one. You see how many had come out there. But I did see one. Why is that over there? All right, so we got a 717 down there. That's really the only thing about this location is I can't see the end of the runway from here. So we kind of got to play it by ear, literally. But this is it's one of those things where, yes, I'd always love to be right next to the runway where the F-22s are taking off, but you know, you gotta kind of gotta pick it a little bit. Some days, like all the cool stuff we've seen over here with the C-17s landing and the the A380s landing, you don't get those shots from over there. So I try to balance it out. I hope you guys understand. I know a lot of people like to see the A380s and the big heavies touchdown over here. So we try to balance it out at the show. And I really like this view over here as well. So we try to kind of balance it out. Next Tuesday, I think we'll be back down there. Hopefully we'll catch some fighters next Tuesday. That'll be down. We'll be down at the Reef runway then. We'll catch them really close. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point. I know they're down there, so we're going to point it this way and see where we're at. There's really nothing else. There's one more Hawaiian leaving, and I know that's in front of them. Yeah, Brandon, I 100% agree. There's always something, little something going on at the airport you could peek over and take a look at. That's kind of why I got that PTZ camera, that extra camera, is for down when we're down by the reef runway. So I can show you other stuff besides just the general aviation planes. The dance party will be down in the parking lot because we're going to watch the A380s depart. Ooh. Hello, Mason. Good to see you. Oh, there's one. All right. Hello, Sydney. Just in time for the F-22, Sydney. I didn't lose count, I think that's 5. 5. I'm guessing that, pardon me, I'm guessing that might be it. Either that or there's a long delay. We'll see. Keep it over here for now. So today we're going to stay till 10 o'clock. Yeah, I think that, that New Zealand just pushed back over here. So today we're going to stay till 10 o'clock. Oh, there it is right there. Because we're hoping to see a 747-8. So we were waiting for it yesterday, and it literally popped up on flight radar the second I hit end stream. And it's a Atlas Air 747 that's being leased to the U.S. government to train crews for the 747s that they just bought, that they're going to replace the VC-25s and the E-4Bs with. So they have a number of those that they need to ramp up crews for. So they're leasing this one from Atlas to do that until they get the other ones. It came in day before yesterday. Yesterday, like I said, it left right about 10 o'clock. And then it went over to the Big Island and was in and out of Hilo and Kona Airport all day till about 2:30, and then came back here. Thank you, Sydney. I feel a lot better. Still a little snotty, but, you know, definitely an improvement. I slept the whole night. I didn't wake up coughing or having to blow my nose once, so that was a positive. Without any heavy medication. I like NyQuil works really well. I think we can all agree on that for most part. But I didn't want to take it on a show night the last couple of nights because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up. So I just took regular antihistamine stuff, whatever. All right, next one coming in is another Japan Airlines. Oh, I'm sorry, it's DHL. My thing updated. That's right here. This is a DHL 777. This one's coming in from LA with the extra X. We usually get 2 of these. We'll see where the other one is. The other one comes in from Cincinnati. Speaking of C-130s, there's a C-130's Hercules buzzing Gabriel's house right now. Came over from Kailua Kona. Yeah, Mark, they also bought, they bought 2 ex-Lufthansas, and I believe they bought 5 Korean Airs. So I believe they might have more. Well, if you count the other one, I think they might be as many as 8. But I'm fairly positive it was 5 Korean and 2 Lufthansas, if I remember correctly. We need to set up a pyro cam so we can have Gabriel show us the planes that are buzzing his house. All right, next one coming in is coming in from Auckland. So we have a New Zealand going out and a New Zealand flight coming in. The Auckland is a Hawaiian Airlines, and it's running mostly on time. So we'll flip over just a little bit to the left, and we'll get that one in here. So it looks like we also have the, is that also Qantas backed up? Yes, it is. We have the Qantas. Ah, I see an Atlas. I see it. There it is. So on the Hickam ramp, there is a plane, Atlas Air Queen. It is N850GT. Call sign Venus03. That's the plane we've been waiting for. So it is lit up on the Hickam ramp. So there's the 2 New Zealand flights, one in, one out. Right there. The one on the right came in from Auckland. The one on the left is going out to Auckland. Let's see if we can see that Atlas there. Where's the Atlas? There's the One World Qantas getting in our way. It's okay. It's okay. Qantas wants to steal the show. Qantas can steal the show for a minute. So it must be a little farther over behind that thing there. Every once in a while, a C-17 will go right over my house. Usually the commercial planes, the the Uniteds and the Deltas and the Americans do not fly over my house. I'm not on an approach pattern for those planes. But every once in a while we'll get a C-17 come over and it sounds kind of like the dryer's unbalanced. It makes a kind of a low rumbly noise. Oh, thanks for the information, Mike. Mike's got all the information. Yeah, when they come over the house, it kind of sounds like the dryer's unbalanced. It makes a kind of a noise. What we get a lot of is helicopters, though. Mostly HPD or HFD, the fire department or the police department. Because we live kind of close to a couple of hiking trails, and people get lost on those hiking trails, and the helicopters go look for them. So they're over our house usually once a week looking for people on the hiking trails. Hello, Alistair. So this is a RAF truck. As you can see here, it says U.S. Navy. Got a wave. Got a wave from the RAF truck. So I know what you're thinking, or some of you are thinking, some of you have heard this before. Why is there a Navy or RAF truck on an airport? Well, the short answer is Hickam Air Force Base isn't just Hickam Air Force Base. Hickam Air Force Base is part of Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam. So some of the infrastructure there is Navy, some of the infrastructure there is Air Force. Hey. How's it going? El Toro, all the helicopters are over by the cargo. There's not one specific place, but they are all over by the cargo and general aviation. So you have Magnum helicopters, which is just on the other side of this white building. That's where all the Magnum PI helicopters come from. Then you have, I think it's Rainbow operates back there, and Island operates back there too, and they all park, usually load their passengers up out here. I don't see any right now. But then Rainbow helicopter is all the way at the far end, by the general aviation hangars, the blue hangars we see in the other show. And Trident helicopters is also down there as well. So they're kind of spread out along, on both ends of the cargo general aviation area. There's also this light flight here. It also has a helicopter. So you can find that there. That's this red one here. And then HPD and HFD also have a helicopter. Is this a C-37? Oh yeah, there's a C-37 right there. I believe that's a Gulfstream 4, right? Is that a Gulfstream 4 C-37? It's not on either of the apps. I believe it's a Gulfstream 4 or 5. But it is a military plane. It's based, there's one of them based here at Hickam. If it goes out as Mango, I think that's the one. Mango 66. I think that's usually the one based here. Oh, thanks, Rainbow Love. Legalized Chef, yeah. One of the days when we're not in a hurry to beat a plane down to the other side, we'll definitely do that. We've done that a little bit. The last time we made the drive, we went by the UPS hangar to see the 747 and the UPS memorial to the MD-11. But yeah, we'll do that. Man, it is starting to get hot out here. There's no wind. The beauty part of Hawaii. Having a very reasonable bit of sunshade here. Oh, it looks like that Atlas Air / government, U.S. Air Force, is moving. There it is. Hello, Ray. There it is. Well, Rainbow Love, as I tell people, oops, get the microphone a little closer on my mouth there. Hello, Ray, good to see you. As I tell people all the time, Rainbow Love, I love seasons. That's why I moved to a place that skips the shitty ones. Yeah, sorry I missed the Qantas. I was more focused on this one. Oh, talk about hot, Ray. Holy cow. St. Louis in June. I guess it could be worse. It could be St. Louis in August. That's going to be a hot one. All right, so we have another queen pushing. Oh, thanks, John. I didn't see that. That's the flight to Sydney on UPS. So we have 2 queens on the airfield now. We got about 10 to 13 minutes. I get one a day. Come on, I can't. If you guys knew me like off air, you guys would be very amazed that I can only let one cuss word go every 3 hours. I mean, if the human vocabulary is a painting and you're using your words to express an idea that's out in a painting, I use cuss words as the highlights of it. You just the embellishments. You can take a little bit of extra pop, you know. You get those paintings that have that little bit of extra pop. That's what I use. You know, get the little cuss word in there. You know, turns a thrift store painting into a Bob Ross painting, just like that. A little happy little cuss word right next to your happy little trees. All right, so we're gonna flip over here and we're gonna take the first of 2 queens. I know I have I know I have a bunch of younger viewers, and if my language, I try to hold it to a minimum. But if I do say something that offends you, I am definitely truly sorry. I know I have a bunch of younger children viewers, and I should know better. Well, Brody, you've been around long enough. You've probably heard me say something much worse, so you're still here. All right, so we are going to stay, and we're going to make that other UPS Queen our Hanaho plane of the day. If you don't know what Hanaho means, basically it's like encore. It's what you would yell at the end of a live music performance. Hanaho. Do it again. One more time. Work some more. So we're going to call that our Hanaho plane of the day. Right now it is doing the little Romeo Tango dance down there. So it is a couple minutes from being on the reef runway. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this while it taxis down there. I'd like to thank my 787 Honu level traveler level members, Perth Mark, the number 2, Vegas Joe, Ken Smith, Rich F, Steve Rogers, and Frank Schoenstein. If you think your name should be in this video and it's not, I apologize. I meant to update this last night, but with all the I had a very busy long day at work, and when I got home I was very tired, so I didn't get a chance to update this, but I will do it before the next stream, which is Sunday. And we'll get everyone correct names in there. So don't go anywhere yet. We're still waiting for that last queen or Hanaho plane. Too many Hanos in a row. Hanaho plane of the day. Pardon me. Yes, CFI on the fly. I heard it's one of their alternate dates. That's not quite permanent and not quite official yet, but on the list. So we're hoping they come. And we're hoping they bring the F-22 demo team back with them. All right, so the might be one more plane before that 747 gets out of here. The 747's stuck at the hold short line for the 4 right approach. Looks like he's waiting on a Cessna to come in. So there might be a 717 before it. That gives us enough time to finish the members scroll and chit-chat a little more. The good thing, O'Malley, about being a small business like I am, all my swear jar contributions are now tax deductible. Thanks, Peter. I'll pass that along to her. I'd like to give a special shout out to the world's most dangerous mod crew. Ms. Wolves, Rainbow Love, Kirsten, Sydney, Josh, O'Malley, Alan, and Brandon. And a huge shout out to Mrs. Reverse Ops, who is listening right now while she should be working. All right, so we got, looks like we have 2 more planes left. The 717, and then we should have a Queen right after that. O'Malley, I'll do what the TVs and movies do. It's a different production company for every one. So movies, they use a different production company for every movie. And TV shows, they, especially the big TV shows, they do a new one for every year, every season. And they do that specifically so if something tanks, they can just blame it on that one year or one movie and not ruin a whole franchise. I know for the KC-135 is taxing. I don't know. I'm not going to promise the KC-135. If it was an RC-135, we'd be down. KC-135, I don't think we'll be able to stay. But RC-135 would definitely stay. Oh, that other Queen is lit up too. The one we saw come in earlier. Right now the temp, CCP, is that CCP, I guess? Or CCP, yeah, I'm gonna go with CCP. The temp right now is very nice. It's a very pleasant 72 degrees. The temperature humidity index is 77, so it's a little higher than that. So in the shade, it's very nice. When you step out in the sun hits differently here at the lower latitudes. So if you live up in the northern latitudes, especially like some of our Scottish friends up there, where it always seems to be golden hour up there. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Scotland, but even in the middle of the day, it feels like the sun's setting. The sun is very close over us because we're only at 21 degrees latitude. So the sun hits differently here. All right, so I don't think we're going to be able to stay for the other queen that just pushed back. That's going to take this one over here. We saw this one come in earlier. That's going to take at least 10 minutes to get down to the runway from there. It hasn't even fired up his engine yet. But we are going to stay for the UPS one that's on the end of the runway. Exactly, O'Malley. The Hawaii Tourism Authority should pay me for that slogan. If the Hawaii Tourism Authority starts using that phrase, you guys were all here when I came up with it. So you guys are all going to be my witnesses. Oh, that second DHL we were talking about earlier, coming in from Cincinnati, is just about to touch down. That's this one here. So the Queen is about to turn onto the runway down there. Yes, enjoy your stay. Have a great time. Wear your sunscreen. Definitely wear your sunscreen here. Even if you don't wear it at home, you're going to need sunscreen here. Wear your sunscreen. I was going to say a bunch of stuff after the Queen took off, but unfortunately the Queen down there is taking a little time, so I'm going to say it now. So thanks again, everyone, for showing up. We're going to wait for one more Queen, our Honu plane of the day, to get out of here, and then I'm going to... We're running past my pastime here, so I'm going to be running to work. So don't forget, we're going to after I end this stream, we're going to send you over to HNL Ops to watch me break down on the 360 cam. That shouldn't take very long today because I'm going to be in a big hurry. So when you're over there, hit like and subscribe on that stream. We've just crossed 6,000 subscribers on that stream. Got another plane coming in right behind it. Where's their hay? Don't want to miss the 747. We're gonna miss our Saturday show this week, but we are gonna do a Sunday show about 11 o'clock on Sunday. It's gonna be our Sunday afternoon dance party. So come hang out with us for a couple hours and watch some Honus take off. It should be a lot of fun. I think that's it. I guess that's it. Oh, there's that C-130 or KC-135 in the background. I guess that's it. Like, subscribe, notification bell, you know the drill. ReverseOpsShop.com. Get your hats, hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, all there. Come on, little queen. ReverseOps.com/find-me. There we go. All my social medias are there. All that stuff. I don't know what else I can say here. Oop. Uh-oh. Oh, huh. That was weird. Yeah, no kidding, Rainbow Love. Ah, it's moving. It's moving. All right, thanks again for today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. If you did, hit the like button. If you didn't have a good time, hit that dislike button. Show me how you really feel. We'll be back on Sunday for our midday dance party. And then next week, we should have a lot of fun. So next week, tune in next week. We should be having a lot of fun next week. If you liked 905 today, you're gonna really like next week. So come hang out with us. We'll see you all. Don't forget, we're gonna switch you over to the Aloha to the HNL Ops 360 camera, which is right over my head, and you can watch me break down. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good Saturday. Have a good party weekend. Love y'all. Aloha.